Shall we get started?
Let's get started.
Let's go.
I'm going to turn this down. Thank you, non-copyrighted lo-fi hip-hop mix. And where are we? Wabam! Sup?
Yo, yo, yo.
Just gotta let me change this a bit. Okay. Hello! Hello everyone and welcome back to another Dodgeball Sydney Balls in Your Court. My name is Phil and this is my co-host Henry. And we're coming to you live from lockdown here in Sydney, New South Wales. Before we introduce the guest, if you missed last week's episode, we had a very, very special guest, Dodgeball God himself, Nico. You can catch up on our Twitch page and YouTube at Dodgeball Sydney. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter accounts at Dodgeball Sydney. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you missed out on that episode, definitely watch last week's episode. That was quite
with the God, the God himself, Nico.
How often can you actually talk to the God himself? So humble as well.
Nah, he's really humble. Yeah, he's great. And yeah, I had a bunch of people actually ask me last week about how old Nico actually is, and I think we did actually miss that. I'm not too sure how old he is, but I messaged him myself afterwards, and he says he's in his 40s.
No way.
Do you believe that?
I thought he was in his late 30s.
No, I think no one actually believes that Nico is in his 40s. But yeah, he told me he's in his 40s, but I don't trust him either.
What the heck? What's going here? So, Paul says my mic's too loud. I think I just fixed it. How does that sound? Let me know. Kevin says, "Are you sure he didn't say 14s?"
Actually.
Well, I don't know what happened last week with my mic. I literally did nothing. Maybe restarted my computer and my mic's working perfectly fine now. But yeah, I know Nico as just a acquaintance and a little like a friend, dodgeball friend. But after last week, that was good. We got pretty deep.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to talk to him. I've never really had the chance to talk to him as much as that before, so it's cool. It was a great experience for me. And yeah, I think that's enough about Nico. We got a few people this week that are really cool, isn't it?
We do. Yeah. So just to quickly remind our viewers, type the questions into our chat for our guests to answer. We might read it through throughout the episode, but then we'll also have people add it to the end of the Twitch, and we'll have a Q&A at the end of it as well. So I don't know if you guys know this, but this is our 1 month anniversary.
1 month series.
This is our 4th episode, so we've been doing an episode each week.
Weeks.
Yep. So we're excited and very thankful for everyone who's tuned in so far. Thank you for the support, and we hope you've been enjoying our episodes, bringing you light and joy during these tough times. To bring even more joy, we have very special, very, very special guests. Henry, would you like to do the honors?
Thank you, Phil. Our guests this week are derived from one of the top women's dodgeball teams, born and bred in Dodgeball Sydney. They come from a lineup of skillful, smart, and strong women who absolutely dominate on and off court. They lure their opponents not by their sweet voices, unless it's a karaoke night at K Square, but by their sweet faces, and then they strike to kill. Silver medalists in the 2019 Asia Pacific Invitational in Auckland, New Zealand, currently residing in New South Wales Dodgeball League champions. Please welcome the captains of the Sirens Dodgeball Club, Trinh, Jeremae, Quezada. I always struggle with Jez's name. I'm so sorry. Krissa Diamante and Nhan Dinh.
Oh, nice. Brought him in.
Quezada.
What up? Jeez, it's not that hard.
Tell us. How do you pronounce it?
Jez, please help.
Quezada. I don't know. You have to have it with like a Spanish twist, and I'm not even. I can't do it. I say Aussie.
I've given up on pronouncing your name for a long time. I just started calling you Jez, like everyone else has.
Yeah. How is everyone? How's everyone during lockdown? How everyone missing Dodge? Like, what's going on?
Lockdown sucks.
Yeah.
Yep. Although I've never felt so high on life, living life on the edge, exceeding the 5K radius. Like, radius of it. But it's crap.
Yeah. I miss all you guys actually. It's pretty crazy.
But yeah, I think lockdown, well, for me, it's a good thing as well, even though it sucks. Just taking a lot of time to just enjoy currently the day in itself. Like, I'm not in a mad rush anymore. Oh my God, sorry. It's just, I'm so nervous right now.
It's okay, Krista.
This is a thing. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy that lockdown has really distanced and isolated a lot of us from connecting to each other. And that's a sucky part of it. But to know that for me personally, it's just getting that time to enjoy being with myself and being at home. Being at home it's tough. I always like going out. I'm an extrovert. But now it's just like, oh, I am in my own little home. That's it.
I think a lot of the dodgeballers are extroverts. Ugh. We always keep saying like everyone misses eating out after dodgeball and so forth.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think Peterbot is actually playing a little slideshow or a little video that we made for the Sirens. A little compilation of the best of Sirens Dodgeball Club clip. So if you guys have been watching Peterbort's stream on our Discord chat right now, you can see that we have a video of the Sirens.
API. Oh, Laura. Oh, this is a great catch.
Oh,
yeah.
So good.
Oi.
Yeah. Hey.
Get wrecked, bro. Get wrecked. This poor Tran, you got wrecked.
This is
the best.
iconic. It's so good.
Iconic.
So ridiculous.
That's iconic.
Actually, so
Watch that again.
There's a hole in that part.
My
He
and Chris
roasted
did
me
it.
after. Roasted me after that show. He'd be like, nah, that was a fluke.
Just that.
Yes, Amanda.
I was also pleased.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, Amy.
Amy's catch.
Oh, I remember this.
The women's training night, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the Sirens workshop.
Yeah,
So we did.
workshop.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
So good.
Oh my
No
god.
you, no you, no you.
Me and Jess was just like, nah, we're good. We're good.
Oh, Jez. Oh, was that a catch?
Jazz is
That
insane.
catch?
Oi.
I
That
believe
was
so.
good.
Catch and then a kill.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Peter
yeah,
Mark. Hey.
Nice.
Hey. Hey.
Oh, I miss these times.
Oh my god, I miss Dodgeball so much.
So
Oh my god.
Deb.
One of these beautiful, talented, skillful ladies. So nice. All right.
Yeah.
So should we, I got a question here. You guys been in lockdown? Any skills or hobbies? Well, since we can't be playing dodgeball all the time that we would be playing dodgeball, eating food. What are you guys doing?
I'm just eating the food part.
Within
I haven't
the
played
5
any, I haven't
kilometer radius.
exercising. It's just, yeah. It's just been a bit like really quiet, chill kind of lockdown, and it's just it's hard to not see other people. I've only seen like 3 people in the past 6 weeks, and that's it's tough.
I've recently taken up cycling. Well, I've always had a bike from the first lockdown, but I've only ridden it once because I don't know, it's just to have a hobby. And then I went for a bike ride yesterday, and I didn't realize how much my ass hurts. I'm sitting on it for so long, and I'm actually going to invest money getting those, those pants with the pads.
Yes.
So that
Yep.
Elevation.
That's if I
is needed.
continue to keep going, but
That's a smart
I need to have like a week to rest because it's bruised as is an
Yeah.
imprint.
Actually gets
in there.
bruised? Dang.
But it's also the quality of the seat, isn't it? The bike seat.
Probably.
A biker seat itself.
Nah, man.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It just hurts.
I think you gotta train your butt muscles.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man, all I'm imagining is like that Ned Flanders scene.
Oh,
That scene. That's a good scene.
it's like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all.
It gets closer.
Oh, jeez.
I've been
Cycling.
doing a lot of podcast walks lately, getting myself into
nice.
podcasts.
What are you listening to?
I'm actually listening, thanks to Amanda and Laura, Simon Sinek.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, I heard of that
Basically,
guy.
He's great. He's
I've
really
never
good.
heard of him, and like people are saying, like even my brother was saying that he knows him. I'm like, come on, like I want to know this stuff, right? Anyway, I'm starting to really just appreciate podcasts and like walking around my neighborhood. Like I never knew there was like a running track like down the road from where I live, and then I went for a run yesterday. I've been running a lot too, which is something that I am really determined to do nearly every day, and then doing alternate days of the podcast walkies, I call them now. And
Cosmo walkies.
yeah,
Podcast
but funny
walkies.
enough, yesterday I ran into a cyclist because he was in the pedestrian
Oh,
walkway. And I have a mad bruise on my arm and my leg, and that was
I
like
have a
probably
photo of it.
Oh my god, you like got bowled over.
Yeah, well, because it was a blind spot around the corner, and he was cycling, and I was running, and you guys
damn.
can
Oh,
see
you have a
it.
photo?
What the heck?
Oh, wow.
Oh damn.
What
Oh
the
my
heck?
goodness.
Yeah, that's,
And
that's
like
pretty
that's
bad.
probably like the only first human contact I got. And the instant kind of thing I had in my head was like, oh my god, please don't have COVID, please don't have COVID.
Oh my
I started running again.
Just like sanitize your whole body, like
That's your leg.
Legit. Oh, but yeah, that's
Getting
literally
hit
my
was the least of your
adventures.
problems.
Oh no, yeah, least of my problems at this point in time.
COVID is more important.
Exactly. But yeah.
Nhan, have you picked up any hobbies or skills during lockdown?
Well, because of like lockdown, we're not going out, and we're actually saving a lot of money. So I think I spent I spent too much money for the past 2 weeks. But I bought an ebook reader recently.
Okay.
I want to show this off. Look, it's my ebook reader. Ooh.
Yes, I love a hole. Show
Very
us.
nice.
Nice.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
Okay.
It's got buttons. This is a Kobo H2O Libra. Thanks for sponsoring. I'm kidding. Actually, I'm trying to pick this up again. I had this last time. I bought this on for this dream. This is my paint by numbers. And I'm working on it.
oh my gosh.
Oh, that looks cool.
Wow.
That's so
That's
fun.
good.
Is that koi fish?
Yes.
That is going to look nice once it's done.
Oh, that
I
is
don't know. I was always
awesome.
skeptical about these because I was like, in the picture it looks nice, but maybe when you paint it out it doesn't. So we'll find out. But yeah,
That's
what
looking
I'm
great,
doing.
Nhan.
Thanks. You should get one.
It'll look better if you got a better webcam.
Yeah. Spending too much money, but not enough money on a webcam.
No, that's savage.
Straight up.
It begins. The roasting begins.
Support my Twitch stream. Can you buy me one? Like,
Webcam looking like a paint by numbers, bro.
It's unfinished.
Love it.
Oh,
Alright,
Sorry.
There's this question we were asking a lot of the other special guests. First/worst job.
First/job.
First
Yeah.
job, first or worst job?
First or worst
First
job.
or worst job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any stories, guys? Any?
I can start.
Yeah.
I got my first job when I was 15, when the 14 9 months kind of benchmark. And I used to work at Ruby Shoes / Cotton On.
Oh my
As
god.
a
oh
15-year-old,
no.
bro, as a 15-year-old, if you get money in your bank account, I had no idea that I get a payslip document thing with it. So I'm here like living life, spending money, buying like Easy Way. Easy Way was like my go-to.
Oh,
place.
easy way.
Yum.
Easy way.
Yeah, and next thing you know, I was getting underpaid. I was like getting $7 an hour.
Oh damn.
Holy shit.
That's pretty bad.
I was winning though. I was like, oh yeah, there's money raking
Yeah.
into my account. 15-year-old Krissa was enjoying life, buying nearly $4 worth of my.
Hell yeah.
Your hours pay.
Half an hour for easy way?
Yeah,
Hell
half an hour
yeah.
easy way.
That's a
gotta
steal.
earn it. It is a steal. It is a steal.
You
Yeah,
were making bank back then. From $0 to $7.
15-year-old Krissa was happy.
What about you, Jess? Did you have any shitty jobs or? what was your
I
first job?
did.
Yeah.
Well, so I worked as a waitress at this Vietnamese restaurant. And, that sounds all fine and dandy, whatever. But there was this one time where there was this big group of people and they ordered, like, all seafood dishes. And if you know me, I don't like seafood.
Oh.
And then I had to clean up
Yeah.
their shit. And
Oh.
it was, and like all the stuff was like on my hands and everything. So then I had to ask someone else, and that was the worst. And it stunk, and you can tell from my face. I was like, I was not enjoying it. And then the next day, I kind of quit. I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
I
do it.
definitely hate seafood as well, so I can understand that.
Oh yeah.
It can smell really bad if you don't like seafood. It just smells really bad. Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting there. I mean, I started because I feel like people say that I miss out when because I don't eat seafood, but I am now venturing out.
Slowly.
Before lockdown, Amanda's just telling me, like, just eat it. Fucking eat
Just eat it, just try it, and then you might like it. And then, you might like seafood.
Pretty sure Amanda has tried to do that to me as well. Like, if not like
That's for
partially.
everyone, because I'm just like, I just don't understand. Like, lobsters are so good, crabs are so good. Like, just, how can you not? Like,
The texture though, it's like slimy.
Yeah, I know.
and
No, but if you cook it
Raw.
right,
Ugh.
then it's good.
The most
Jess's
seafood
face
is
is
raw.
disgusted.
Oh my god! If Amanda cooks it, I'll eat it.
Oh, yes.
If it's not
Yes.
Amanda, I'll eat it.
I'll eat anything Amanda cooks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys.
Amanda could cook poo when I would eat it.
Oh. Now.
Do it.
I said that.
I really touched it.
Amanda, have you had any shitty jobs?
Not particularly. I think all of my jobs have been pretty alright. My first job was at a tutoring center, which is right after HSC, and everyone's looking for a job. And I feel like the easiest one that you usually look for is just kind of like a teaching job. So that was my first job.
Yeah, so that tutoring center, we actually worked together there, didn't we?
Oh.
And then I played dodgeball, and then I saw you, and I was like, "Hey, that's
Like, wait a
I know
second.
you. I know you."
And T in our chat is also works
Yeah,
there. She's watching our chat. Yeah.
Oh, no.
And last but not least, Nhan, any shitty jobs you got?
I don't think I had any shitty jobs, but my first job
Wait, sorry. Is your volume really low? Is that just me?
is it?
I can hear her. She said she had no shit jobs.
Oh, sorry. I might have to turn you up on
Yeah.
Discord.
Or do I have to tell myself? I turned it down before.
Yeah, your volume is pretty low on the stream, Nhan. So you might need to speak closer to your mic, maybe.
Wait. I know I got this. Wait. Oh. Better? No?
Not really.
No?
Is it coming from your webcam or is it coming through your microphone on your headset?
Speak loud, Nyan.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I'll
hello.
I'll speak louder. My first job.
Okay, got it. Yep, go on.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, my first job was at Subway.
yum,
When I
Subway.
was,
Eat fresh.
19, and then I called myself a sandwich artist.
That's right.
What do you put on your resume? Like, as in, what was your previous job? I was a sandwich artist at Subway. Yeah, so I'm a sandwich artist.
From
That's
sandwich
my-
artist to actual artist, painting by numbers.
Yeah.
Those are translatable. Alright. Yeah, no, that was my first job. It was actually not bad. I enjoyed it. You get like a free 6-inch sub
Oh,
every shift, and then you just get creative. I made like pizzas out of it. It's like, how would they know what I
nice.
put on it? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not too bad. Pay was questionable as well, but
It always is.
it was my first job.
first job things, just first job things.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
I
But-
saw this. So I saw this video on TikTok the other day where someone was like, "Subway eat fresh." Their stuff's not fresh, and it's just like all like prepackaged stuff. That stuff like in freezers and like
Pre-cooked eggs
you gotta-
and everything like that.
Nhan.
You're not working there anymore, so just
Yeah, is that true?
spill the beans.
Subway was my go-to
yeah,
job, but
She signed a contract. She can't say anything.
non-disclosure agreement,
My son India.
NDA.
There's a guy behind her, just like pointing a gun to her head. She's like, "Oh."
It's Subway or the hard way, bitch. But yeah, Subway was my go-to meal in uni. I really liked it. I think it was like one of the cheapest things there. But yeah, enough about eating fresh. I'd like to know about your fresh starts in dodgeball. How did
Yes.
everybody start fresh in dodgeball?
Origin
What's the story?
story.
Origin story.
Time.
Nhan, could you please
What's
let
the
us know how you started?
Yes, let's start with Nhan because she's
Yeah.
the oldest. Alright, the
Most
one that's been playing the longest.
Most
She's been playing the
experienced.
longest.
Most experienced.
I started dodgeball in 2013. I have had a friend, his name's Michael Long, and we went to church youth group together, and this was like a time in my life where I was finding a sport, and as always, you always get introduced to OzTag, and I played it once, and then I kind of hurt my fingers a little bit, and I was like, yeah, nah, it's not for me. And then my friend Michael Long asked me, hey, do you want to play dodgeball? And so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I played it in primary school, can't be that bad. And I enjoyed it a lot. So I joined. My first team was called Crypto Kidism, and it means I think it's the absence of one or two balls in the scrotum. Yeah, don't ask me. It was it was Truck's idea. If you know Truck from Incredible.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was his idea, and like the shirt logo is hilarious. It was. Someday I'll show you, but yeah, that was my first team. And there was, from memory, there was Andrew Nguyen, Michael Tran or Niggles from Werewolves, and Truck from Werewolves as well. Yeah, they taught me how to play pretty much, and
Definitely
that's sort of how I started. That was my first team, and then I transitioned into Incredibles from Sunday League. And then I played for a few seasons there, transitioned to 7-inch, struggled a lot, but had heaps of fun. Got recruited into Minotaurs, and the rest, I think you all know. That's so happy for me. No regrets at all. Love it so much.
You really are an OG, like old player.
It's been a long time.
You're playing with Truck and Niggles. Man.
I mean, they're still playing, right? They're still kicking. They're still
Yeah.
They're still playing.
Yeah. How about Amanda? How did you start?
Started in like late 2000. Sorry, I started late 2016, and I actually started through Liverpool. So I played 7-inch for a season, I think, in Zany, and I was trying to throw these balls, and I was just like, how the hell do you throw these balls? It's hurting my arm, and I was getting really upset. It was just like the worst experience because I couldn't throw a ball. And then after that, I think I was just like, nah, I'm gonna try looking for another sport, and then that's when like I think Kev and Alicia and stuff, I think they wanted to start a team over here at Dodgeball Sydney, and they also asked me if I wanted to join because the balls were smaller and I could throw the 6-inch ones, and I was just like, okay, that's cool, I'll try again. And then after that, I got hooked, and so that was 2017 that I started. Yeah, and then the year after that, we started our team for New South Wales, and the rest is history after that too.
The Minotaurs,
Yeah.
very good team. How about Jez? I think Jez has been around for quite a while too, hasn't she?
Much longer.
Yeah, no, not as long as Nhan. I think Nhan's been there really
Let me
long.
get this straight, all right?
You're calling out Nhan.
I'm still quite an OG, but not as OG as Nhan. Anyway, so I think kind of the same story as Nhan, where I got introduced through Khan, who is now on Mavericks, and we went to church together, and we had a youth group, and we did games as well. And one of the games was Captain Ball, where like you kind of form a circle and you chuck balls at each other and trying to hit them out. And I was like always one of the last ones in. And so they're like, oh yeah, if you're good at that, you'd be good at dodgeball. So then I was like, okay, we'll try it. And then so my first team, 7-inch team was Piedmont Phoenix, which Nhan, you were a part of like for like a week.
Yeah, it was a week, and then I couldn't commit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then Sunday I was Suicide Squad. So with like Fook and Sam, I've been with Sam since the beginning. So we formed that team with him, and then Minotaurs. Yeah.
And Lickham lads.
Oh yeah, Lickham. How
Yeah,
could I forget? Sorry.
Lickham lads. Come on, Jez.
Hey, ba.
Your captain's right here.
No, I'm sorry. Special mention, Lickham lads.
Lickham lads, the Monday crew. And last but not least, we have Krissa. What was your origin story?
Funny enough, like listening to everyone else's origin story, I had no idea that you guys started that way. It seems like everyone started with a church group. I started because of drinks.
I love that. I support that.
Mad shout out.
I support that right now.
Thank you. Mad shout out to Darren Tang, good hair Darren,
Oh.
and Monique.
Oh, nice hair, Darren.
Yeah, so I met them through uni. So we were doing Muay Thai. I was actually training with Darren's girlfriend, Ivy, and Monique. And one night we just went out for drinks, and suddenly I just remember Darren and Monique asking me if I'm willing to play dodgeball. And I was like, yeah, why not? Like, I haven't tried it before. And then that was 2017. And I remember coming into dodgeball at 5 Dog. That was the first time I saw like so many groups of people just like working together as teams. That was when flaming started as well.
Yeah.
Flaming.
Yeah, and then I remember meeting Phil a few games later, and Phil showed me, I think a couple of years ago, last year or the year before, a footage of me versing flaming. And I was playing with Leon, Amy, Darren.
Yeah.
This was pre-Kebabs as well.
Yeah.
And you could see me in this blurred potato type cam. I don't know what it was, a GoPro, I don't know. And you see me running as if I'm playing soccer for the ball. Like I was running for the ball, and I was like, I don't know what I was doing. I was just enjoying myself. But I mean, I'm extremely grateful that people noticed one heck of an arm I had. I was throwing really well. And then 2018, I played with Assassins. I was very fortunate enough to play API with them in Melbourne. And from that point on, I started to transition to 7-inch, and I have to say, like, dodgeball, I'm hooked. I'm extremely hooked since 2017 and haven't stopped.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you were running around playing like it was soccer, I mean that's how everybody starts dodgeball. You just do whatever you want really and just mess around and have fun. It's great. And yeah, you also mentioned Muay Thai with like Monique and Ivy, I believe. And yeah, speaking of Muay Thai, do you do any other sports? That direction is directed at all of you, by the way. But Krissa, you can answer first. Any other sports?
Yeah, sure. I did Muay Thai for about 3 years before dodgeball, and then before that I was doing soccer. So as you can see, it's like this transition of all my muscle memory when I get to an actual dodgeball court. At the start, I was running for the ball. I had one heck of an arm because of Muay Thai, and before that I was doing athletics and cross country.
Very sporty.
Very cardio intensive runner.
Yeah.
How about you, Nhan? Do you do any sports before dodgeball?
No, dodgeball.
Dodgeball's your
Dodgeball
first
was my-
sport?
Dodgeball was my first
love.
only.
Yeah.
It's my
Nice.
first love,
Yeah.
last love, eternal. I don't know. I never really played any other sport.
Yeah. Besides Oztag that one week when you injured your fingers.
Yeah, sometimes you just know that a sport is not. It's just not for you.
It's just not for you.
It's just not for you. When you find the one, you know. You know. That's how dodgeball was. I don't know, I just started playing one day and I just never stopped. And look, here we are. So no regrets. I've been the bestest. I've been the greatest friends through dodgeball. I've met so many people. Yeah, dodgeball is my love.
It's crazy to think
One and
like
only.
it's a sport where it's balls getting thrown around, and a lot of females would be afraid of that type of sport. But then you come into this sport and you're like, I like this. I really like this.
Do this. I can throw people.
Yeah.
I can throw people.
It's the best. Yeah, there's so much adrenaline. It's like whenever you, like even if you can't throw, like at first, when you dodge one, you're just like, oh yeah, dodge, dodge, dodge.
And when you catch one,
Or when you catch
Yes.
one, that's the best one.
Yes.
the
When you
best
catch one,
feeling.
your first one, best feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, double combo. Yeah, so no, I never really played any other sports. After dodgeball, we played badminton for a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
and I
you enjoyed
really
that quite a bit.
that. Yes, I loved it. Like I played it once, and I was like, yes, this is my second sport. Got to get this going. I bought a racket for it. Straight after that, I played again another week. I'm like, okay, after this week, I'm gonna buy shoes because I'm getting into this, and then yeah, I did my ankle. Like, soon after that,
Yes, so your
There
ankle
it is.
injury.
I didn't play. Yeah, so for people who don't know, I broke my ankle at New South Wales dodgeball. I wasn't even playing, but I was playing. Yeah, I was shagging a ball and I broke my ankle.
Injured from shagging, not even playing.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
I wouldn't say that out loud, Nhan.
It was, you tried to reach for a ball to sacrifice yourself for your team. Oh, my love.
Teammates,
And then
guys.
you broke your
Dodgeball.
ankle.
And that's how you explain a broken down.
Yeah, for any viewers who don't actually play dodgeball, shagging means passing your ball back into your teammates. It doesn't mean anything else.
But that's all right. I mean, when lockdown's done, your ankle is it like 100%? Oh, do we just lose her?
We've lost her.
Oh, we've lost it. Oh no.
It's the laughing.
Yeah, and I was just asking her a question as well.
Sudden
Too much
movement.
Hopefully she'll be back. I think she's coming
Oh,
back.
she's back. She's back.
But I think we can just move on to Jez if you've played any sports before. As well.
Yeah, I have. I'm actually I was quite a sporty person, and I delved into basketball, netball, soccer, Oztag, and then dodgeball was my last sport. Yeah, so I was quite sporty, quite competitive. I just have a competitive nature, so I'll go into anything and like if I can smash everyone. So, but yeah.
Yeah, so you've played a lot of team sports. Do you reckon that's carried over, like working as a team? Does it carry over into dodgeball as well?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm not a selfish player at all. So I'm very supportive and loyal to teams. Yeah. So
I definitely
I'm
vouch for
very
that.
much a team
Yeah.
player.
Yeah.
She is the best support player.
Yeah.
Yes.
And and the last one. So
Yeah,
I think Dee actually called you out and said you played Oztag a bit before.
I did play Oztag for a bit
Okay.
to try out, like, you know, just the sports that are really common in the community. It wasn't a sport for me, even though I did enjoy it. And then soon after that, I discovered, I just discovered dodgeball, and then it just took over my life in the span of like 3 years. And I play like, almost like, I think I played like there was actually a week earlier this year where I played 6 out of the 7 days. I would train and I would play, and it's taken over my life. In regards to the history of sports, I've played a lot of sports.
You're quite a sporty person.
Yeah, I am. I've played a lot of stuff in my life, and it's just I just liked to play specifically, like, I guess kind of anything that anything that helps me interact with people as well. I can't play those sports where it's just like me versus another person. I'm not used to that. I like playing in a team as well. Just a really sporty person.
Yeah, because I've seen you're pretty good at volleyball, badminton.
Yes, I do play volleyball. I played that in high school, actually. That's probably where a lot of my skills come in to transfer when it comes to catching, because it's a very reactive sport. And that's probably helped me a lot when it comes to, like, trying to catch or trying to block as well.
So you've played you've played a lot of sports before as well. And how do you think that has improved you for dodgeball? Do you think it helps playing all that sports?
I think there are a lot of sports that, in terms of skills and just training yourself to move or react in a certain way, there's a lot of sports that have a lot of overlap of, like, just those essential skills that you need to play every aspect of dodgeball, or whether it be throwing or reacting or moving or dodging. So yeah, there's like a lot of sports, which is the reason why you'll find that there's a lot of people from different walks of life that just bring different, like, skills. And it's great. It's a sport that literally anyone can play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So we've asked this question to, like, Nico last week as well, and he said he did taekwondo. And yeah, I wonder what the best sport to do before dodgeball would be. Like, what sort of skills would be great to bring into dodgeball. Yeah, so we've got quite a mix. But I know nowadays a lot of people from OzTag are coming over to dodgeball, and I don't know how much you can transition from OzTag to dodgeball though, anyways. And yeah, I believe Nhan has come back. Welcome back, Nhan.
Thanks. Sorry about that technical.
Dang, I was just gonna bully Nhan while she was gone, but she's back.
None of that. Don't talk about me when I'm not here.
Yeah. So next up, we have fill in the blank. Blank by day, dodgeballer by night. And Amanda, can you please start? So I believe you can just fill in as your job, whatever it is. Foodie by day.
I would say foodie, because I think about food all the time. So it's most of my day.
Nice. That's a great description for you. Anyways, like, everyone loves
thinking about, like, the next meal. I'm always thinking about, like, I've eaten lunch. What am I going to eat for dinner? Immediately up.
Yeah, and everyone loves your cooking, Amanda. Like, you're definitely a foodie. Yeah, so if the rest of you, if you guys are confused, it could be a job or a hobby or whatever you'd like to say about yourself, really. So, Jez?
Yeah, I wasn't sure when Amanda answered that question, I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to, like, answer the same. I would be like, oh yeah, and Amanda, because, like, me and Amanda are both paralegals.
Yeah,
and then I was like, but also, since working from home, I'm a fucking cook, I'm a cleaner, I'm like a laundromat, and everything. So yes, so paralegal normally, and then, like, Wonder Woman by
Love it.
whole day.
Oh, Wonder Woman by day, or paralegal by day.
And also by night.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. Krissa?
So yeah, I was kind of confused how Amanda answered that. But I don't mean to, like, throw you under the bus, bro. But
be creative,
you
bro.
are very creative. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. I am a high school teacher by day, and a dodgeballer by night. But obviously I miss it. But what in regards to, like, how Amanda answered it at the moment, I think for me, I'm a podcaster. Like, I'm loving podcasts.
You should make podcasts.
Yeah.
Have you listened to my podcast episode?
This current one, because, bro, I've been tuning in every single Sunday.
Oh, okay.
But seriously, do you have a podcast, Henry? Because I'll follow it.
Oh no, I just did an episode with a friend like a while back
His
about
mate's one.
dodgeball as well. Yeah,
Oh, have you?
Nice
Okay,
one.
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, share it
It was a while
through.
back. Yeah, I'll share it to you later on. It's pretty cool. He's got a sweet podcast. But yeah, Chris is a teacher. That's also what I want to become. And Chris has specifically asked this episode to be PG rated, so we should try to keep the swearing to a minimum.
In case students find her.
In case students find her.
Oh,
Hi, students, if you're watching. Hi.
Yeah. And since Nhan is back, she gets to answer as well. Otherwise, I would have said she's a painter by numbers during the day. But yeah, Nhan, what are you by day?
During the day, my job, I work for the University of Sydney. I work for the student services and doing administrative work. And by night, I play a lot of video games. As some of you know, if you know me, I play video games. And yes, that's my current life. Oh, actually, during the day, I walk. I'm a walker. I'm going to call myself a walker. I've been trying to walk more often. Walking's so underrated. It's really underrated. It's really refreshing. You just get out there with your mask on. Stay safe, people. Yeah. I walk almost every day.
And it's
Nah.
it's good rehab for
really
your
good.
ankles too. Like
Yeah, so
and
it's...
I was gonna ask, like, how is your ankles? Or ankle?
Oh, it's-
one ankle.
It's hard to say. I walk. Like, walking is fine. I can walk for, like, about an hour and it's no problem. But I do get a bit nervous if I have to do any, like, more strenuous movements. So I'm trying to do skipping a bit more because if you know Phil likes to skip and he's gotten me into skipping. So for me, it's either like I could either skip or go for a walk. I'm sorry, Phil, I go for a walk instead. Sometimes
That's right.
skipping gets a bit scary, but
It can be
it's a
intense.
good place to start. But yeah, it's doing all right.
I think-
I should do more rehab on it.
Yeah, I think once you get more confidence with it, skipping will transition into badminton. So if you want to continue playing badminton after lockdown, that's
That is true.
Yeah.
And more dodgeball. That's
Yes.
true. Okay. Could keep that in mind. Yeah.
So to sum it up, Nhan is a e-girl by day or walker by day.
Why can't I be both? I can do both. I can be both. Why pocket los dos?
Would you like to plug any of your e-girl e-girl streams or anything while you're
Wait.
here?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Do you have any Twitch handles you'd like to share where people can see you game?
Yeah, no, I
Anything
don't.
like that?
I don't stream. Sorry. Look at my camera quality. You think this is streamable? Nah, I don't have any Twitches or anything like that. I just play for fun with my
Oh.
friends.
Yeah, that's all right. So, I think one last question for you guys to get to know you better is, what is your recent search history looking like on your Spotify right now? So, does everybody have access to their Spotify? And can you see
Did you just
pretty
throw
much?
that out of the... That was not on the right sheet.
That was
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is on my sheet.
Surprise!
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
we didn't get the updated sheet.
Let me see.
I'll go first. I
You go
was
first.
in my I was in my podcast walkies today, and I am listening to Simon Sinek, and it's his podcast, A Bit of Optimism, and I was listening about vulnerability today.
Ooh,
Ooh,
very interesting.
vulnerability.
Yeah.
Topic.
Super interesting
I don't
stuff.
wanna say.
Yeah, I could imagine that'd be pretty interesting. I might give them a listen.
Yeah, do it. So, just to give an insight of it, because this is something I'm trying to do as a reflective activity after listening to a podcast. I learned today that the idea of our current situation in COVID is extremely traumatic, and that people who are experiencing it in their own little way will eventually feel the trauma that we are experiencing now. And it's such a big thing in terms of mental health. That we all need to really be mindful of, and that a simple kind of hey, how are you check-ins with people that you are with virtually does make a difference. And knowing that I learned that in 31 minutes, man, I love my podcast walkies. I'm telling you now.
Nice.
What about the last song you've listened to, Krissa? Do you happen to see that?
I got, thanks to Amanda, I'm leeching off of her Spotify.
Oh yeah. MVP.
Nice.
Everyone leeches off me. And yes, go on.
But last song. Can I come back to you?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah.
Or maybe Amanda can tell you because she has access to the account too, right?
She does, but I only listen to podcasts. Thanks, Spotify.
So this thing that I like to do whenever I'm listening to music or trying to discover new music is that you can actually click on like a song that you like, and then you can listen to the radio. So then it'll just like kind of like offer you like a series of songs that are similar to that song. And then you just slowly explore different that's how I usually explore different music. So pretty much most of this lockdown, or like a good percentage of it, I've listened to the radio for Bruno Mars's "Leave the Door Open" because I like that style of music, and it's opened up a lot of different styles of music that's similar to that I've been listening to. So yeah, that's what I've been listening to.
I've been told to ask you about your love for ballads, Amanda.
What kind of ballads?
What are ballads?
There's a lot of different types of ballads. You're gonna have to specify.
I unfortunately do not know enough, so I don't know if I can continue questioning.
And Amanda knows way too many. She's like, you gotta specify.
Man, all I know is like Joji or
I've been
something.
listening to a lot of classical music as well, because my partner listens to a lot of classical music. So that's another thing I've been getting into.
Okay.
So that might be the ballads that you're referring to.
Might be it.
Might be.
What about you, Jazza?
Well, I don't want to say what my search history was, or only because no judgment, but I listen to like white noise kind of calming music when I go to sleep, so that I can have like a good sleep.
Nice.
So my last search history was like calm piano music, but in terms of like actual songs, the last like soundtrack that I listened to was like obviously the Hamilton soundtrack, which I'm still all the rave about. So yeah, that's kind of the soundtrack I listen to when I'm like driving in the car, depending on my mood, but it's always like in the background in the car. So yeah.
I also listen to Hamilton often.
I was
trying to learn the rap.
At least once a week. Like,
I was gonna say I used to listen to a lot of like white noise and all that type of like calming music before sleeping as well.
It actually helps.
Yeah, it does. And here's another tip or a hack for you guys that don't know of it. So I use a very specific alarm. I told this to Nhan before as well and a few other people. It's called Sleep Cycle. So it's an alarm that will wake you up in a period of time. Let's say, for example, you want to wake up at 8 o'clock. It'll ring an alarm between, I think, 7:45 to 8:15. And you have it on, and the microphone will judge how restless your sleep is, and it won't wake you up whilst you're in your deep sleep. Because if you get woken up in your deep sleep, then you're like really like tired.
You feel super tired.
Yeah. Yes. So when you're going to like move and you're in the most lightest state of sleep, the alarm will go off with a very soothing alarm, which will make you feel more energized. So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I actually might. I might try that.
That's a hack for you guys.
Same.
It's an icon. That's an orange icon, and I vouch for it.
Noted, because like alarms for me are just like, I remember in my deep sleep or about to wake up, I remember hearing my alarm in my dream, and I'm like, "Oh, this is funky."
It's happened to me too.
And I'm like, "No, I have to wake up."
You feel so confused.
It's so confusing. Okay, thanks, Phil. That's cool.
You gotta link me that as well afterwards, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's my fave.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that ends the.
I think we haven't asked Nhan yet.
Oh, sorry. Go
Have
on.
we? Yeah.
Oh yes,
Nhan.
Nhan. What are you
Yeah.
listening to, Nhan?
What are you listening to?
I'm a bit embarrassed too, but I'm gonna share it anyway.
Do it.
I listened to
Faith,
this in
do
the
it.
shower this morning.
Wow.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh man, I don't know. Alright, so I listen to K-pop. Okay. And this song's been out for a while, but I don't know, it's just so catchy. It's called ASAP by Stacey. Look, proof. This is what it's blurry, but yeah, ASAP by Stacey. It has this really cute dance, and because of the dance, no,
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
no,
I mean, we'll hardly see anything. It's still blurry.
Yeah,
anyways.
it's still
that
blurry.
is
Yeah,
true.
it
Nah,
is.
just
Yeah.
just the dance is really cute. It's so catchy. And I was dancing out in the shower. It's fun. Like yeah, that was the loudest song.
Nah, no shame about K-pop, Nhan. It's all good.
Thanks, man.
I love it. I know your music taste, and I know you listen to other things other than K-pop as well. It's all right. So
Thanks. Phil.
so I guess that is our segment for the get to know the Sirens DC. We'll go into some dodgeball related discussion. Hey,
Oh.
yeah. So Sirens have come a long way. How did you guys decide to create Sirens, and what was your vision for the club? Jez, do you have an answer for this one?
Well, I think it came together with Amanda and Carolyn, who you guys had a chat to last week. But I think it was more, there wasn't a lot of, I feel like, Dodgeball Sydney presence. And so I think when people started to try out for the team and make the training camps and all that kind of stuff, we found that there was a lot of women from Dodgeball Sydney that was actually capable and had a lot of potential. So I think we saw that, me, Amanda, and Carolyn, and we decided to form Sirens from there. And it's kind of, built up and expanded from there. We've got 2 clubs now. So that's really exciting. But yeah, it all started from when I think the vision was there with Amanda and Carolyn, and then I just helped facilitate it along. So Amanda, do you want to elaborate?
I was approached by Karen Beef to start a team, and me and also Carolyn were approached to start a team that we would form to send to API. So that was in that year for API. I think it was 2019. I think, and it was just like, okay, cool. Let's create a team of just like a select 8 or and then we'll see how we go. This can be our first international tournament. We haven't played together ever, so we just trained for the first 3 months together, and we went into the tournament just being like, there isn't any stress, isn't any pressure, no expectation, no one knows who we are. And then we came second, and that was a very good experience. And then I think that started that's where it all kind of started, where everything just people were starting to see like the value, and just starting to see like the the I guess the presence of all the women that are here in like every single week just playing, and that it's more than just we're just a support player on court or something that. Yeah.
Do you guys have like a goal that you want to do as a club?
Most of the time it's just kind of like trying to win whatever comp is next. Obviously for the past 2 years almost now, with all the COVID stuff, everything has been put on hold, so it's just been like trying to train to be the best and win the state comps, because obviously there isn't any other comps happening in the meantime. Yeah, it's just trying to grow everyone, and everyone trying to give everyone a chance to just explore this part of their lives, because it's such a good hobby, I guess. If it's your hobby, or if it's something that you're really committed to, then it's kind of like it means a bit more to you than just a hobby. And it's just allowing us like a place where everyone can just feel empowered in the community.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, here's another question. So I know with the whole format of getting into the finals for New South Wales Dodgeball, then you go to the ADC, the Australian Dodgeball Championship, and that's for mixed. Is there a league for men's and women's? Is that a thing?
I think it was in the works before everything hit. In regards, I think it was going to be, there was going to be a men's and women's for the 2019 ADC or 2020 ADC, but obviously that couldn't go ahead because of COVID. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right. I won't. I'll move on to the next questions because we are. We don't want to waste too much of your time, and there's a lot to go through. So, next question, I'll direct it to Krissa. What makes the Siren DC special? What makes you guys unique? It's a bit of a hard one.
Okay, seriously, the run sheet, I was like ready with all my answers, yeah? Gosh. Guys throwing me here.
Get extra nervous, Krissa.
She's nervous now.
I am so
Let's go,
nervous.
miss.
But in terms of like what makes us special, Siren DC, I have to say, it's just the idea of empowering women to play in dodgeball and to know that you have such a huge skill set and to really place on the strong emphasis that women can play and can kill you on court. They can catch you out, they can block you out, and they can play as long as and as hard as men's. And to know that where Siren DC has built this platform since 2019, not only is it on court presence, it's also off court. I have never developed this sense of connection with the women in both North and South, and to know that I've built up this friendship on top of what I'm already building up based on how I started dodgeball. I've just never been so grateful, and I know for a fact that I'm not the only one who feels that way. And yeah, I think that's why Siren DC is so special. I mean, personally, that's me subjectively saying that because you're throwing me under the bus here, but for just in general, yeah, Siren DC is extremely special for a sense of empowerment.
Yeah. You can definitely see
they've
it.
really proved themselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can definitely see it in like the IG stories and just like the teamwork and everything on court and off court as well. It's actually so nice to see.
They've definitely proven themselves, just like in general, like even at our Monday comps and so forth. They're still smacking teams out there, just in our casual tournaments as well. So it's great.
Don't underestimate women.
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, definitely not. No, don't underestimate. Yeah, don't underestimate. Next question. Nhan, is for you. Who do you admire as a female dodgeball player? And it can't be within Sirens.
Oh, okay. I admire. Sorry, I did forget her last name. I admire Claire. Claire.
Claire.
Sorry, what was that?
Claire Spillane.
Yes.
That's
her maiden name.
That's her name. But yes.
Yeah. Claire is Melbourne
Australian
Australian captain, and I had the pleasure of training with her when we went for tryouts, and she was there, tryouts for the Australian dodgeball team, and I just must say, she's just kind of inspiring. Like the way she was just teaching us and the way she was just guiding us whilst we were playing, just giving us tips. She was asking these really good questions that I never thought to ask myself like whilst I was playing, because I think there's one question that always just sticks with me when we do strat is she's like, what's your end goal? Like when you start playing and when you devise strats, when you make calls, where do you want to go with these kinds of calls? And I think ever since then, that tip has just stuck with me. And I don't know, every single time I go to these Australian tryouts and she's there, I'm just like, oh, Claire's here. And I'm just excited just to see everyone. And just, I don't know, all these other female dodgeball players from the other states, it's nice and it's refreshing to see. And some of these women can throw so fast and they catch so well. They just feel like they're on a different level, and just to be able to compete and train with them and learn from them it's just a really good experience. And then when you bring it back to Sydney, and then you just want to teach everyone everything that you know, and just be like, guys, I learned so much. Like, let's do all these things, because these women, whatever training that they're doing, I want to do that too, so I can play like that. But yeah, Claire is one of my idols in the women's league. Yeah, very inspiring.
I think that's really cool. I think something that's quite interesting is that in the for you it'd be Claire, and there's like a whole women's trials, and then there's a men's trials. But for us men's, we rarely get to play or train alongside with the really good female players outside of New South Wales, because it's always just women's or men's, because that's what they're trying to do the trials for. It'd be cool in the future if you can do like a whole mixed thing. I don't know if it's even like worth it. Cool. But to be able to meet someone like Claire would be cool. I think that's an interesting question to ask all you ladies, if you guys have any other dodgeball players you admire. Give anyone a shout out. Hey?
Oh yeah, Nico. Nico's just a given. We all know.
Everyone can admire Nico.
Love it. So we were running through the script with, I think, Amanda, and we were told, or Amanda told us not to mention it, but we're going to mention it anyways.
God.
Yeah. Amanda wrote this from week 1. She was just like, don't mention this.
All right.
I do not recall.
It's all right. I'll direct this to Jez for this one. All right,
you got this, Jez. You got this.
It's erased.
It's basically to do with API 2019. So you guys came really close to winning gold, and you were undefeated the entire tournament. And at the end, guys just fell short. And how'd you feel? How are you guys gonna come back from that?
Did you want to have this question so you could, really dig and tap into those emotions? Because it's been years and I have buried it, and I never wanted to uncover that ever again.
I have my closure, and it's not something I want to open again.
Digging it back up. Digging it back up.
No, but I do have to say that it was a really good learning and humbling experience for us. I mean, like Amanda said, we were formed that year of 2019, or just before, like in the late 2018, and we've never actually played in a very high competitive pressured environment. I mean, individually we all were very confident in our own selves, but when you get pushed into a very high pressured environment, especially in those finals, like even leading up that whole day, we were feeling really good about ourselves, and then it came to the finals and we're like,
wait.
I think that's Jez. I think Jez is...
It's Jez.
Jez's mic is broke.
You're DJing. Jez, you're DJing. Stop for a second.
Jez's mic is broke. Oh
Hello?
no.
Jez,
we can't hear
hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we hear now.
Okay, now we can. Damn,
Yeah.
we ruined her mojo.
Yeah.
That's technical difficulty.
What did you hear
That's
last?
alright.
We sort of lost the second half. We sort of lost the second half.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just kind of like round it off, because I think my headset is running out of battery. So I just want to, when we got into the finals, it was all really new to us, that pressured environment, and especially with the time constraints as well. We were used to having, I think, 40 minutes to be able to catch up, and I think learning to deal with such a decreased duration was all new to us. So we brought that back, and we're learning and constantly learning within our teams and all that kind of stuff, and how to deal with that type of pressure.
Yeah, I feel like even how like heartbreaking it was, it's like a big thing to like, it's a big experience thing. Hey, it's
big achievement for a group of
Still a big
people who
achievement.
were just brought together, trained for a few months. We've never played against any other team with all girls. This is actually the first time our team of all girls versus another team, and they were all girls. And it was just the weirdest thing, because we're just used to playing against mixed teams and guys, because there aren't any other teams in the state. And it was just like, it was such an interesting experience. It was versing, people from different parts of Australia and different parts of the country and other countries. And it was just, like, it was just a great experience for, like, to inspire, to pave the way into, what we could become. And I think when it comes to that particular final, even though we went through the whole comp being completely, we didn't lose anything until the last one, and that I think came down to a lot of just experience, because the other players on that team, they were really experienced under that high pressure situation, and it was all new to us. And in that scenario, I think that experience was important.
I think so even though you guys were newly formed and it was a whole new experience, the Dodgeball Sydney were the loudest crowd for API for Sirens.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
what do you how was that for you?
I just want to confirm that the mascot isn't like an actual like it's supposed to be like it's a mythical creature that is a mermaid. It's
The
not like
beautiful
it's not what it sounds like.
Can I request?
Although we do like that audio output.
it.
Well, we do
Oh.
have
How would you
have-
do a
yeah.
mermaid?
What's that?
I want to request maybe Peter to Photoshop a loudspeaker on the mythical creature,
Oh, no, did you do that?
or like a police siren as the hat or something.
Sorry on the head.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I didn't get to go API in 2019, but when you guys say loudest crowd, do you guys just mean loudest person? Because I believe you're all referring to Christian, aren't you?
It was a mob. They were a mob. They just.
You could hear
Yeah.
Christian.
Miles away.
Yeah, you pinpoint him, and then just everyone behind him was just.
Like Phil started
so
it
good.
too.
Oh yeah, I remember I would be commentating, and then it's like, oh, I gotta do the siren noise, and I gotta step away from the microphone.
Oh my.
Oh, it's fun.
You damn hoons.
Okay, so here's another question. I'll give this question to Krissa and Nhan. Knowing what you know now, if you had a chance, what advice would you give yourself on the first time you walked onto the dodgeball court?
Ooh,
It's a big one for all the female players that's starting.
that's a good one.
I think I'm gonna link it to the API experience, because I think it's really huge to kind of place this big emphasis on mental focus on court. I personally struggle with my mental focus on court. It's basically mind over my body. I underperformed during API, and I commend Jez, Amanda, and Carolyn for actually noticing this, because I was so unaware. I was beating myself up so much to a point that I could not play properly, and I was ignoring the fact that I had a shoulder injury, because I didn't want to let the team down at all. And it got to that stage in the in API where they were letting me come into court and play, but what was beating me was myself. I was like, nah, I'm gonna get caught out. I'm gonna let the team down. I was battling my own demons on court, knowing that it wasn't even me versus the other team. It was me versus me. And one of the things that I think I would want to highlight for any player, not just female players, is that you walk into that court and you're working as a team. You're not working single-handedly. You're basically going to just play for fun, but also play for your team. I think that's the biggest one.
That's a really good one.
I guess just coming off that, 100% agree with Krissa. Mental focus is absolutely key, because sometimes, like, if you're really into the game, there's moments where you feel like you're not doing enough, you made a mistake, and then I know for a lot of women, sometimes when we play, we're pretty hard on ourselves, so chin up, have fun with that. But I guess my tip, warm up. Just warm up. learn how to do. I swear to God, learn how to do proper warm ups, so that you don't get injured. Like, if you look at all the top teams, like, they're all doing warm ups, so you should definitely warm up too. Change.
And cool down.
Yeah, and cool.
Yeah.
Like cool down's hard, because you gotta you want to stay on court as long as possible, but you gotta leave. But you should cool down 100%. But I do highly recommend learning how to warm up. And if you don't know and you're new to the game, just ask somebody who's doing it. Or if you're too shy, just watch them while they're doing it and just try to copy them, or like, yeah, shoulder warm ups, shoulder health I think is very important, and mobility and all that. Yeah, because I had a shoulder injury as well, because I didn't warm up properly. So a lot of there was a time the injury got worse. I had a lot of games at 6:45 p.m. at Fairfield, and so when I got there, I didn't have enough time to warm it. And I think that short period time when I didn't warm it actually just injured my shoulder, and I couldn't play for a long time. So yeah, don't go there, friends. Your warm ups.
Injury is a very scary thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you, Krissa.
I think-
sorry, Phil. Yes.
everyone here has some sort of injury before once, and somewhere it could be. Yeah, so
We're all cripples, huh?
yeah, we can all vouch for that.
I
So.
have broken my pinky twice,
Oh man.
Dang, Amanda.
and it still hasn't healed completely. But
Things we do for dodgeball.
I know. Huh?
The love of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Thank you, Krissa and Nhan, for those tips. So you guys have highlighted some really great tips. Especially highlighting the one about warming up and cooling down. I vouch for that as well. But enough about your highlight. Oh, enough about those highlights. How about some of your highlights? We got some highlights clips from the Sirens about the Sirens now. So which Peter Bot will show us. And just as a little reminder for our viewers at home, we're going to also have our audience Q&A coming up soon. So if you guys have any questions for our girls here, or me and Phil, really, any one of us, you guys can pop in a message in the chat and we'll be answering it soon. But for now, we'll look at Peter Bot and he's going to show us some game highlights of the Sirens.
Give me 1 sec so I can
this is a
bring
good
it up for
one.
you
I can
guys.
see this.
I don't remember this one.
I click watch stream in the Discord.
I remember
Yeah,
this
on the-
one because
on
I
the
do all the
Discord.
socials.
Oh, I remember this one.
It's the best.
Oh, yeah.
And she goes,
Look, that's me lying on the floor as well. That's me.
and that's how you're just there, and then you can get up.
I even managed to keep my foot just before
Yeah.
the middle
Yeah.
line. Did you see
You're
that?
not,
Yeah, you didn't
you're
have to
not even.
even.
No foot foul. No foot foul. That is crazy.
Oh man, that was a good game.
Wow.
How do you do
Wow.
it? How? Like-
Actually, Jez is one of the best catchers I know.
She catches everywhere.
Just
Like even a part of her body.
Like,
that-
all about
If I had-
positioning.
It's all about positioning.
You know.
All right, another game highlight we got here.
Oh man, it's good. Oh, this is good.
Oi.
Is that mine?
Oh, it's mine.
My catches suck.
Oh. Dodge.
My fave!
Oh.
Okay, no one knows why that happened. So like me and
Oh,
Laura have the
so many
secret
Hey,
is
there's
that
catches all around this game. What
my
is
God,
this?
it's
They
everywhere.
killed each other.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Gosh.
Oh, that was the best.
That was a chaotic last set
That was
against
so good.
each other.
Damn.
That is North
Oh,
Sirens versus
wow.
South Sirens, isn't it?
Yeah,
Can you play it one more time? Yeah.
that was chaotic.
This was like no blocking, right? This last
Yeah,
set?
this is the
Yeah, it was. And everyone's just trying to catch. And I was like, yeah, let's go, Jez. Right. And I was like, oh no, I'm dead. Oh,
I think Jetty's missed her catch over there on the right.
yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So that like,
So good.
that was a good one.
Oh my god, I missed dodgeball.
That was.
I think I
that was
remember-
really fun.
I think I remember being here on this day and you guys were just cheering so loud at the end there.
Achievements, man. Winning a set.
Yeah, it was so much. It was fun. It's a really good game. And then it's the last set, and we just like
Set. Have some
send
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always fun.
It's good the North Sirens and the South Sirens can have fun like that. And yeah, do we have any more highlights after that one? Sorry, wait. I think Laura has said something in our chat. Jez, you
Of
owe
course
me.
she did.
Yeah.
What does that? What does that refer to?
So
Jez?
that last, that clip where it was like all YOLO throwing. So me and Laura have this thing where if she catches me, then I owe her drinks, and then vice versa. If I catch her, then she drinks are on her. Yeah, because we like to go out drinking. So yes, Laura, I will get that. But I will get to you once this lockdown lifts.
Still owe her a drink. Dang. Hopefully we can all go for drinks afterwards after lockdown's done.
For sure.
But yeah, so I think Peter Bot doesn't have any more game highlights for us, but we do
what is
have
this?
our
What's
game
this?
Oh,
instead
next
of our
segment.
Have a game. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. So, were you guys instructed to have a pen and paper ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So, basically, the aim of the game, well, it says here 2 sirens are better than 1. It's a game that's very similar to a card game called Medium or Compatibility. So, everyone has their pen and paper to write on, and they'll be given a topic, which is a word, and you guys must answer the same answer. So 1-word answers only, and you're trying to be... the answers is trying to be what your captain and co-captain would be the same as. Sorry, so that didn't make sense. So basically, Amanda's answer needs to match Jez's answer, and Chris's answers meant to match Nhan's answer. Okay?
Yeah. So you
Amanda,
guys are in 2 teams.
Two
Two
teams.
teams.
Two separate teams.
Yeah. You're in
Jez.
pairs.
And
Come on,
Yeah.
Alright.
okay.
and I think
So
Yeah.
as
Okay.
Yeah,
as
go
a
on.
quick example, oh sorry,
Yeah,
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 as
go
a
on,
quick
go.
example, yeah. Yeah, sorry. As a quick example of like how it's gonna work is like, say we give you the word sky, and you guys would have to write something that's related to sky, but you want to have the same answer. So if me and Phil were playing, maybe I'd write bird, but maybe Phil might write cloud. So we wouldn't get a point for that if we both showed different answers.
yeah.
So we both want to write the same thing.
That's right. There's no correct answer. The
damn
correct
it.
answer is what your teammate would write.
And come on, work with me.
Okay.
Alright, Amanda, we got this.
Let's
We
go.
got
Let's
this.
go, Jez.
So just for fun, I think me and Phil are going to play as well.
Yeah,
aren't
Henry
we?
and I will play as well. Might as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this game's gonna be best out of 5. There's gonna be 5 topics, guys. And Peter, can you show us our first topic?
Whoa. Oh. So we have to write the first thing that comes up.
That's right. So the
online.
first word is Australia.
Well, you want to have the same answer as your partner.
Damn it. It's
Alright,
just
Phil.
one word, right?
Yeah,
Just one
got
word.
the pen.
Word.
That's a word. Okay.
Hang on. I believe we got
Okay.
this.
I wrote the 1st
I'm
thing that came to my mind.
scared.
Phil.
Amanda,
I'm scared too.
I'm scared too.
Okay, I'm gonna write something. Okay.
Okay.
I think.
Oh wait, how do you spell it? Oh,
Oh, that's a hint. That's a hint.
How do you?
What do you mean? You got to write everything down.
I got mine. I got my ideas. Come on, let's go. Let's
all
go.
right.
I got mine.
Okay.
So I'm
Alright,
not-
we all good?
I'm not sure if it'll come up reversed or not, but we'll get the idea. So everyone, show your answers in 3, 2, 1. Oh god.
no,
you
sorry,
can't
guys.
see it.
Oh
You gotta imagine me like saying Australia.
I know,
Australia.
you
Henry,
can't.
I got it.
Wait,
You can't
me
say
and Phil got the same.
like Australia
feel
for
like
Australia.
Australia.
Like that's stupid.
What'd you
Yeah.
guys write?
Oh man, I was thinking like currently, guys. Yikes.
What's
Come
our
on.
tab?
Yeah, that's all right.
Sorry,
That's
no.
all right. You got this.
All right.
Okay, practice round.
That was
Okay.
warm up.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Got a little warm up.
Henry and I got the same answer, so Henry and I got 1 point.
You both said kangaroo.
We said kangaroo.
Yeah,
Nah,
kangaroo.
man, this is rigged. No, this
Wait,
is
just-
rigged.
No.
Because you're
No.
confused about
It
how to
doesn't-
spell island.
Look, because I read it like this first. And then I had to use one of my other papers to write it properly.
What happened here? What happened here, guys?
Oh,
It's a land.
It's a land.
It's a land.
What happened here, guys?
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh, summer. Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Easy.
Next,
Easy.
Summer.
summer.
Really simple.
Okay. All right.
Summer. All right. What am I gonna do?
So to make it a little
Got
bit
this.
easier, what we'll do is we'll reveal each team at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
less confusing that way.
True. All right.
All right, let's go North Sirens first.
Come on, Nhan. Come on, Nhan.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it. Let's
Alright.
get it. Alright.
3, 2, 1.
Yep, 3, 2, 1. Sun and Alex.
Oh, that was pretty close.
Contest.
Still no points. Nobody still
Sun's
got
hot.
any points.
Alright.
Fun.
It was close.
Still 3 letters.
It was close.
Okay.
Leaking it.
All right,
Amanda,
Jez,
Jez.
Amanda. 3,
3,
2,
2.
1. Sun.
Looks like you guys have to swap up your co-captains. Oh no. Co-captains need to be swapped around. Oh man.
Oh, bro.
All right, Phil. Let's show them how it's done.
All right, Henry.
What answer have you got, Phil?
3, 2, 1.
No, man. No,
guys.
no.
Let's go!
Alright.
Let's go!
Oh, yeah, bro. Let's go. Bro,
Come on,
summer
guys.
always reminds me of snow.
Oh,
I knew you'd understand me, Phil. I knew you'd understand me.
It's too easy. This game's too easy.
Too easy.
All right, next word. Kitchen.
Oh, oh, no. Oh, no.
What?
Kitchen. All right.
I don't think
I've got a great answer.
He just
Phil.
thinks
I gotta-
simple.
I gotta-
I am thinking simple.
Yeah, what would I write?
I'm thinking.
Because you are too technical and like,
With the sun?
I don't know. No, like simple.
Okay, simple,
Alright?
simple.
Simple.
Simple,
Okay.
simple.
Simple.
Kitchen.
Jazz.
Okay.
Kitchen and jazz. Okay.
Uh,
Kitchen and jazz.
I haven't written one yet. Have you written one, Krissa?
Nah, not yet.
Simple.
I have faith.
Okay, yeah, me too.
Okay, Nhan, just simple, okay?
Simple.
I mean, they're all simple, right? Like,
I'm scared.
there's a lot of simple in the kitchen.
Alright.
Okay. All right.
Gotta give him a
Alright.
time limit.
No. I mean,
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Surely.
Okay.
All right, let's go South Sirens first.
Okay,
3,
ready?
2, 1. Reveal. Food and cook. Guys.
I was
no.
Thinking that-
no. I was gonna write cook because I was like, yo, you know, chicken, kitchen, cook, and I was like, no, jazz, kitchen, food.
Yeah, no. I actually should have thought food because of your previous question when you were a foodie, and then I should have. But I
Wow,
told
that's
you
so
to cook like
technical,
me.
Jez. Calm down.
Thinking like me would be cooking because I cook in the kitchen. You know, you just eat in the kitchen.
It was close. It was close.
It's very
Alright.
close. Unlucky ladies.
Krissa and Nhan.
now I feel like mine's not related to the kitchen.
Ready?
But okay.
3,
Oh, are you serious, Nhan?
2,
I'm kidding.
1. Reveal.
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 Fridge and fire. Fire.
No, you've been playing too much overcooked. You've been playing too much overcooked.
Oh,
Look,
Quite
look at the F
opposite.
name. Look, we're
F.
calibrating. Okay, we're calibrating.
oh no.
Which
oh, no.
kitchen has fire in it?
Equal the D and the G,
Actually.
Nhan.
My kitchen has fire in it.
Oh my god.
Oh, what did you write, Phil?
I wrote.
Oh, please.
All right.
I wrote
Probably
dog.
like lemon. Or, oh my god.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, dog! Let's go.
Dog. Let's go.
Guys,
Bro,
come
I
on.
always have dog in the kitchen. The kitchen always reminds me
My
of
dog's
dog.
always in the
I was
kitchen.
gonna get that.
Okay, jazz. I'm like you. Fruit.
All right, next one's fruit.
Simple
Fruit.
fruit.
This one's
Okay,
easy.
come on.
Fruit.
Nhan, I'm believing. Come on.
Simple
I don't
fruit.
know, man. I don't know.
Fruit. Yep.
A simple fruit.
Oh, where'd my pen go? Oh, here it is.
Oh,
Okay. I'm gonna write
okay.
my favorite fruit on here.
I believe.
It's probably bread.
Yes,
Swear to God,
I
man.
believe.
If you know what my favorite fruit is, Phil, you can get this.
I know
answer.
what your favorite fruit
You
is.
got this, man. Yeah.
I have a good feeling about this.
Oh,
I really.
I mean, if Nhan has a good feeling about it, let's have Nhan and Krissa reveal first.
Man.
Let's
And
get
at this
that.
rate, whoever's gonna win is just gonna need one 1 point really.
Alright.
Alright, ready?
Alright, yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
3,
I'm ready.
2, 1, reveal.
Please.
Banana.
Banana.
Apple.
Jen's so scared.
I'm scared too.
It's one of those two, right?
We got this.
No, I was thinking banana, but I'm
Simple.
like, no.
It
Okay,
is
did
simple.
you think simple? Like,
I
did you
did.
actually think the first thing that came to your head? Did you actually write it down?
There
I
you go.
thought about what you would write.
It better not be like your long arms or something.
It is not a London. I was gonna say. Okay.
Okay, ready.
Alright, 3, 2, 1,
2,
reveal. Apple.
Guess it.
They got it.
I was so close to writing great because of wine. Because of you.
Oh.
No, but like I think fruit, apple. That's what I think.
Yeah, okay, good.
Everyone
okay,
wrote
right,
apple except for Krissa. Krissa's out of the
guys.
loop. Oh no.
What did
Hey,
you write,
Phil,
Henry?
what did you? I wrote my favorite fruit. I'll show you. That's my favorite fruit right there.
Wagyu! Hey, let it know! Oh, what the fuck? Unbelievable!
God damn.
You guys-
Sock.
wow, we're on another level.
We've got one last topic, guys,
Last
and
one.
it's
God.
dodgeball.
Oh,
Oh man.
Nhan.
Yeah.
Okay, Amanda, I'm
We can
thinking
get
you.
this.
I'm thinking you. Okay, I'm thinking
You know what I'm
You
thinking?
get this.
dodgeball.
this.
Thinking you.
Okay, me. Okay, me. Me.
Hey!
I'm thinking us. Let's go. We
Oh, is that cheating?
No, because.
Bad.
Wait, just go.
Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Alright.
Henry and Phil are like telepathically cheating.
What?
I'm not telepathically cheating. There's no such thing as telepathically
That's only
cheating. We're just regular cheating.
Oh, you're the best, Henry.
Alrighty. I've written my answer down. Hold on.
I've got my answer as well.
Okay, why don't we start with Henry and Phil?
What? Wait, who's the host here? Right?
Let's get this surprise out of the way.
Okay. Alright, this is what I wrote. My one-word answer.
Your one-word
Dodgeball
answer?
Sydney balls in your court.
Balls in your court.
Twitch mini series. Yeah, let's go. Oh, wow.
Right. Oh, too easy.
Unbelievable.
Too easy.
5 out of 5, guys. Too easy.
Man, we're too clean. We just know each other too,
Well done,
too well,
gents.
man.
Well done.
All right. Let's go. I
I
think.
gotta put Amanda and Jess first.
Yeah.
Because
Alright,
Krissa and Nhan have to try and catch up.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we'll leave them
3,
last.
2,
Oh!
Yes.
They did catch.
Nice. Yes.
yes.
I was not expecting that at all.
2 points for Gryffindor.
These oh god.
That's, oh wow,
There's
that's
more gods and Buddhas out there. Come on.
actually so mind blowing. You guys
Oh,
chose
wow.
catch.
They both got catch. Wow.
Alright, Krista, it's alright. It's alright.
So unfortunately, Krissa and Nhan, you can no longer win.
Happens.
But
At least one.
let's have a look. Let's have a look at your answers.
Just give them bonus points. This is a double or nothing.
Bonus points. Double on
Don't change the
that.
rule.
Who's the host here, Jess?
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, reveal. Sirens.
Nice. Yes, very good.
Wow. Wow.
Nice.
Wow, that
Well
is-
played.
Nice.
Well played. Damn.
Yes, girl, yes.
Not bad, not bad.
I don't. That was so strange. When we were reading this script before, I don't know about you guys, chat. But I would have done Sydney for Dodgeball Sydney. That would have been my answer. But you guys,
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dodgeball Sydney.
I got your beef and Cara. Dodgeball Sydney, yo. These guys, I don't know what happened there. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so end of the game, North Sirens 2-1.
You.
Played.
2-1.
Yeah, know it.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. I know me and Phil definitely enjoyed that one. I mean, it's just such an easy game for us.
Yeah.
Wagyu's my favorite fruit, obviously. Come on.
And my dog's always in the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen. They're just sitting on my feet and
Yeah.
stuff. Come on now.
No. but so now that the game's over, we now have our section for our online questions. So
Yeah.
first of all, we have our Instagram questions, Q&A. So I believe, Peter, you have slides for our questions from our Instagram. And our first question is from the Valkyries Dodgeball Club. And it's asking you girls, how long did it take you to find your team synergy?
That could be
So,
directed to.
anyone who has anything to say, really, because this one is about team synergy. So I guess it takes everyone to work on it together. So anybody can say anything about it, really.
And
I think
sing
it.
it to
I
you.
don't know, I think it took us. Oh, okay. Depends on which point of the team formation. If we're talking about like when we first started, when we first created the team before API, I think it was quite easy actually. It took us like maybe like a few weeks or like a month and a half just to get into the rhythm. And then after I think after API, that's where all the it just escalated and we just started to bond more because of that shared experiences and shared trauma from API. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's how we started to express. I would say like a good 6 months, and then that's when we got into where that synergy off court would transfer on court as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so it took about 6 months, but even though Valkyries are asking how long it takes, I reckon a better question might be how would you get team synergy, and that would be like hanging out and stuff like that.
Yeah,
off
it's
court as well, huh?
important to hang out off court as well, and just to get to know everyone in your team on like a personal level, because everyone has their own experiences, everyone has their own story, and it's just it's also a great way to get to know people as well.
Would anybody else like to add on to that question? Or I think Amanda summed it up pretty well. So next question we have is Laura. She asks us, what's the difference between playing in a mixed team and an all-female team? So maybe, Jez, would you like to share your experiences first?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest the biggest differences is with mixed team, because as guys, you're not as dominant of a player as you are on a female team. With a female team, I think you're all supporting each other in that lead kind of role, whereas in mixed, majority of mixed teams have the guys playing more dominant striker roles and females are more supportive. But with females on an all-female team, I feel like that difference is kind of blended in together and everyone's kind of all on the same level. I mean, you still have your dominant players and all that kind of stuff, but I think in terms of who gets the ball and who's the main striker and all that kind of stuff, that's what I feel anyway, from my experience.
Yeah, so basically all of you have the same opportunities, or more opportunity really, rather than being prioritized, like having a guy player being prioritized in your team, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
I love the idea that you would be playing support most of the time in a mixed team, but then you play as like a main wing or a main striker. In a female's team is like, it's so good. Take Sam's position, takes Will's position. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here, guys.
That's right. That's right.
It is pretty funny though, like how we had that clip earlier of you guys passing the ball to each other because
Oh yeah.
anybody can throw. So like,
Yeah.
who's gonna have it?
So the
Just
guy would
no
happily
you,
just
no
take
you.
it
no
on.
you,
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
you.
exactly. We're passing to be like, yep, thanks. Or
Yeah. So our next question is from Clarissa CML. How do women get good at dodgeball? We need tips to be a beast too. So Nhan, could you please answer this one?
Wait.
Nhan, are you muted?
I can't hear her. I can't hear her.
Nhan, are you muted, Nhan? Oh, can't hear Nhan at all.
She is muted.
Oh no,
Nhan, we can't hear you.
we can't hear you, Nhan.
Nhan, look up. We can't hear you. Okay,
Maybe
okay.
Uh,
She knows.
She's aware
She
now.
knows she can't hear us.
can you turn it
I
off?
assume
Maybe
Right.
turn your mic on and off. Oh.
Oh,
Okay, that's why
She just
she'll
rejoined.
talking.
She
we
looks
can
like
wait
she
for
had so
Nhan.
much passion answering the
Yeah.
question too.
Yeah, we can answer that one after. Nhan can answer after because the next one is just directed at Krissa, anyways, and it's not a question. But Phil says to but Phil. So what's his last name again? Phil. I forgot his last name. Phil Lee. Yeah, Phil Lee. He says, not a question, but let Krissa know her positivity is infectious and she should keep shining.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, GG fam. Thank you, Phil.
It's not just for your
Nhan.
mixed team; it's for all the female teams and any other team that you actually play on. You know, you actually do exude that positive energy, and it actually helps on any team, even regardless of whether it's social or competitive. It's a really good attitude to have.
Mhm.
100%.
Thanks, guys.
Krissa's great.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Like to know that even my own presence, I can be contagious in that sense, not COVID wise, but positivity wise. To know that I'm honestly appreciative. Thank you. Thank you.
Mm. Mic test for Nhan. Is your mic working now, Nhan? Hello, Nhan? Nope. I guess not.
No, what's going on?
Aw.
No.
I'm just gonna assume she said something about eating enough Subway to get your nutrients, and yeah,
That
going
answer
to the
is correct.
gym.
Put a thumbs up.
I'm happy to answer on
Yeah,
behalf of Nhan.
Krissa,
I
you
feel like
can fill in.
Nhan and I have a similar kind of mindset in terms of like beast mode. We don't throw that hard or fast like any other girls in South, for example. But with Nhan and I, we have court presence. We are able to fake people out and be somewhat powerful in that sense. And it's not just about having a good throw. It's your, like what Carolyn said 2 weeks ago, like you need to have your whole body formation, your whole throwing form. I get that. But at times when your body doesn't want to work with you, you got to find other ways that you can actually strengthen yourself. And for Nhan and I, because we had the shoulder injury in 2019 API, we took on the ability to actually fake people out and pressure people out. And that's something that we took on as a beast mode. So you just have to find your way and you got to do what you need to do.
Yeah, so more strategic play if you can't make up for it with the
Correct.
strength.
Correct.
I know Nhan has actually been trying to gym as well, but because I've been I started going gym with Nhan just before lockdown started, and
That's
yeah,
awesome.
she was really trying to get the 90-kilometer throw going, I believe. So she was trying to build up that muscle, and she really wanted to hit 90 kilometers as well. So that's another tip Nhan would have suggested.
For sure.
So next up, that's all of our IG questions. We also have a few Twitch chat questions. And the first Twitch chat question we have, I'm going to direct at you, Amanda. What's the last thing you Googled? Kara asks.
Let me check.
What's the last thing you Googled, Amanda?
Twitch at Dodgeball Sydney. I wanted to
Dodgeball City.
I just typed in Twitch Dodgeball Sydney. I was like, yeah, that's it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Kevin Vo asks, what do you think is the most important skill or what you're best at to have on court? So what's the best skill to have on court and what do you need to improve it? And I'm going to direct that at Jez. So what's the most important skill on court and how do you improve it?
I think team synergy is a big one because you can on paper you can have individually strong players but not work as a team. And I think when you understand each other, when you trust each other, I think trust is a big for teams as well, trusting that they have your back to support you, to just make those throws. And I think trust is a really big issue, and not issue. Sorry, it's a big deal for teams and having team play, especially when you're trying to build that team synergy. To improve it, I think you just a lot of training and practice, but also having that communication as well. Communication is always key, and I think that's a well-rounded message that every team actually says to their own teams. So for me, the two things are trust and communication.
Mm. So you need trust, and to improve it, you need communication. Is how it goes, isn't it? But what sort of communication is it? Like, would you go off at someone? Would you just be like, "Why didn't you fucking throw, bro?" or something like that?
Well, we always, as a team, every time we play a game, we always debrief, and we do bring out those areas of concern. So I think it's even like having a debrief. It doesn't have to be on court, communicating it on court, because everyone's already in their heads. You kind of need to bring it back down in a calm environment where everyone's kind of level-headed, and get those conversations going. And if you do want to point it out or call it out, it's in that type of environment where everyone's already calm and all thought it out. So instead of blaming someone, you don't want to have a blame game, because that tears people down. You want to build everyone up in a positive, encourage that, yes, maybe you did this, but wrong, but see it in this kind of perspective. So yeah.
So communicate with your team during the debriefs is better if you have like constructive feedbacks like that.
Yeah, that's what I think anyway. Because during the game, it's too hard. Like, you can't. For me, I can't change up like that in that second. Like, I need to kind of absorb the information, absorb the feedback, and then apply it to my next round, or just continue to have it in the back of my mind.
It's not something you can instantly change most of the time. Yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. So another question is from Catherine Ho. How did you get over your injury PTSD? So Krissa or Nhan? I believe Krissa has to answer this. I think Nhan is now dead.
Oh man, oh gosh. For me, injury, I suck at it. I suck at my warm-ups and my rehabs. I went to see a chiro for like 6 months. That didn't work. I saw a physio. That kind of worked. I think just getting through injuries is that you have to commit. You have to commit to the rehabs. You have to commit to warming up. You actually need to take the time, because if you don't do it and you go into court, you're pretty much a stretched rubber band that's about to snap and then be broken. So don't risk it for the biscuit. Just literally warm up and do your rehab and actually commit, please. That's it, full stop.
So basically, make sure you train yourself up so that you can actually trust yourself.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't trust myself if I don't warm up. Oh my God,
Yeah, definitely take it from me. Like, I'm an old man, and I'm pretty broken myself, but even though your mind, you think you can do it, your body can't do it. Like, just think of it that way. So just be safe than sorry, and strengthen everything, get everything ready and conditioned. Because as much as you love dodgeball, if you do get injured, and a bad injury, then you're gonna you can't play, or you have to wait even longer. So sometimes you have to be strict on yourself and know what's best for your body. I think Nhan's back and her mic is better.
I think. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Nice.
Yay, joy. Yay, joy.
So that's a good question for Nhan. Oh wait, someone just left.
Yeah. Krissa's back.
Krissa's back.
Can you repeat the question? I was a bit distracted.
The question was, how do you get over injury PTSD?
Oh, shite. I think the best thing would be learning how to trust your body again. And I think that comes with just slowly getting back into the groove, just bit by bit. Just I think your body knows what it's supposed to be doing. So you just take it step by step. So like coming back from my ankle injury, everyone was really worried, and I was kind of worried too, but maybe in my head could have not played for a little bit longer, but I do appreciate everyone's concern. I just took it a little bit at a time, just walking, slightly jogging into it, and then participating in exercises that I could, or like drills that I could, and then the rushback drills at the start, I was like, yeah, not gonna do that, but it's, you just get back into it slowly, and then get your body used to playing again, and then I think eventually it should translate. I mean, there's times like in game where you try so hard and your body might move in a way that you're just not familiar with, but just watch out for yourself, and if you need to stop, just stop, and keep up the rehab, strengthen. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, just get stronger.
Yeah.
I think your body knows itself best.
Yeah, whilst you're doing your rehab, you might think you're really strong, but then it's not as strong as you thought. So just overdo the rehab even.
Yeah. Go see someone. Definitely go see someone. To get rehab. Yeah.
I wanted to add on to this as well because I have broken my pinky twice. So
Yes.
it's like, you know, a PTSD on PTSD.
Yes.
I think a really important point to make for anyone with an injury is that you need to be kind to yourself. Because, you know, like these things happen, and it's not just trauma on like your skin and your bones and just like your whole structure. It's also trauma on your brain, and it's just how you cope with that off court, because you can't be on court and then still be able to support your team, and just trying to find ways to I guess heal that emotional trauma as well is really important when it comes to any sort of injury or any sort of traumatic event in your life as well. I think that's, for me, I think a lot of people will find that the hardest part of injury is not the injury, because the injury will heal. It'll heal in time. That's just the way that, that's the way that humans work. It'll just heal. It's just what happens during that time when you heal is really, really, I guess, shapes or defines how that injury is going to impact the rest of your life.
Yes.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think when it comes to, I guess, how to approach injuries, it's just you need to have that patience for yourself, because everyone's really hard on themselves and just itching to get back on court, but you won't be able to do the things that your brain wants to do until your body is there.
Yeah.
So that's really important.
Very well put. Very well said.
And these are really great tips, especially because I'm still coming out of my rehab as well from my knee. So yeah, be worried about how it's going to be like on court when it comes around to it.
Yeah, it's just time.
Yeah. One last question we have from our Twitch chat, and this one's for Amanda. T asks, if you're recruiting someone to dodgeball, what would you say?
I believe in the chat she also wrote down, she asked if Sirens would be recruiting as well.
Honestly, it's just how I would ask anyone. Like, if it's just a stranger that I met, I'll just ask them to come to play dodgeball, and then once they hop on court, you don't need to say anything. People just like naturally fall in love with the sport. In regards to recruiting someone for the girls, like it's just just walk around the community, you watch people play, you get to know people, and then you just like people will naturally stand out, and they'll make themselves aware, make themselves kind of like, look, I'm here. So there's not a lot of, I guess, recruiting. It's just more kind of like, look, just be a part of the community, and then you get noticed. And I always like, I don't think that there's a lot of people in the community that I haven't been aware of or haven't noticed, because it's just the way it is. It's very tight. It's cool. It's chill. It's yeah. That's just the whole community.
That's right.
Yeah.
Speed round, is it? So we've
Oh,
got
right.
our speed round next.
Yes, sorry. I just sort of zoned out with how beautiful that speech was. I was even going to say, like, if you want to be in contact with Sirens, they have their own Facebook and Instagram. It's Sirens DC. And if you want to, reach out and ask for any help or whatnot, I'm sure everyone in the Sirens DC club is happy to help. All right. Speed round. I'm sure you guys know what this is. It's basically this or that. It's gonna be a bit scruffy because we've got 4 people on, but let's just try to make it as quick as possible. As much as I love doing this, it saddens me that it's like towards the end of it now. I'm like, oh shit, no. All right, let's go. First one, just yeah, everyone yell it out, whatever. Pineapple or on pizza?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Just as
no.
no.
Who said no?
Be like,
Is that
I
our
know.
first no?
I know.
Wait, is that our first no on the stream?
Yes.
Pineapple and
It's our
pizza?
second one, I
Yes.
think.
It's our second one. Ah.
I think it's alright.
It's not
I think
seafood,
it's alright.
Jez.
It's not seafood.
But it's
Jess. Would you rather seafood or pineapple on pizza?
What'd you say?
Would you rather pineapple on pizza or seafood on pizza?
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fine. Pineapple.
Put her in a tight spot.
Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Cooking or Uber Eats?
Cooking.
Oh,
Uber Eats.
Uber Yeet.
that's hard.
It is hard.
Because cooking is fun, but Uber is easy.
Yeah.
Cooking is
Yeah.
fun.
That's why I
And
did it.
my cooking is not going to be as good as Uber Eats.
Probably cooking. Probably cooking.
Yeah, Amanda, you'd have to choose cooking. I'll Uber Eats from your cooking.
100% out there too.
Cats or dogs?
That's
Was that
I cannot.
yeah.
Cats and dogs.
I was a dog person and then
Ooh, beach.
met a cat. Yeah.
That's what Anne said last 2 weeks ago as well.
Actually,
Cat
he
me
did.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beach or snow?
Beach or snow?
No.
Beach.
Beach.
Snow.
The beach.
Nhan and I, we would definitely choose snow because we're part of a little dodgeball snow crew that we usually go on a yearly trip, and it's so nice. It's so nice.
No.
Ramen or pho? Puppy.
Oh.
That's tough.
Oh.
Makes these questions.
Yeah.
Guys,
This is mean. This is
straight away.
Okay,
What
fair.
that bit?
Oh,
Okay, fair.
What did Krissa say?
I said it's a speed round. Just whatever comes up in your head, you just say it.
Well, what'd you
Man, what was
say?
your answer?
What's your answer?
Easy.
Pho?
Tristan or
K-Tao.
K-Tao?
Hey, Chow.
Oh,
K-Tao?
I love them both. They're like my sons.
Can't do this.
I don't have a favorite.
My
do this to
favorite
me?
is pretty evil.
I pick Andy.
That's illegal.
That's not it. That is illegal. That
That's
is
illegal.
illegal. I would have to back my baby bro for sure.
I'll pick K-Tao, just so it's even.
And Amanda says Tristan. Oh, you heard that, K-Tao? K-barbecue or yum cha?
That is hard.
Barbecue.
Hey, barbecue.
Actually,
Yeah.
I would have to go to K-barbecue too.
Yeah.
I cook for y'all.
Yeah. If it's
Yum.
with Amanda, it'd be K-barbecue for sure.
What
Scrunch
the
or fold?
hell?
Scrunch.
Old,
Old, please.
old, please.
We need to get
Please
rid of this
fold.
question because I don't
Not
believe we'll
fold.
ever find a scruncher. Because
I
if
don't
they're a
think there's-
scruncher, they're not my friends anymore.
If there's a scruncher, they probably wouldn't even say it. It's just so embarrassing at this point.
Fold.
Fold.
All right, last question. Lights on or off?
Regard.
Isn't this meant to be PG?
No, it's like, is your lights on right now or is it off right now?
Oh,
Alright.
Lights are on.
it's off.
Mine's are off.
Yeah, mine's off. I have yeah.
Okay.
Oh god. All right.
Okay.
I think that's it. I hope you guys had fun. So I wish it could go longer, but I mean it's gone for a while. Too long already. So
yeah, it's pretty much 2 hours.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, when we
Wow.
started the stream, it was when we started the pre-get ready thing, so it's been 2, but I think it's been much shorter than that. But yeah, massive thank you to our special guest this week, the Sirens. Thank you for allowing Dodgeball Sydney to pick your brain and get to know you guys a little bit better. Any message for the Dodgeball community? Anyone watching now or later? You want to say something?
Any last words?
Yeah.
Any last words?
Wear
man?
your mask.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
what?
wear your mask. Yeah.
And we'll see you
Take care of
soon.
yourself. Yeah.
Take care of
Take care of
yourself.
yourself. Take
Yeah.
care of
Take
yourself.
care.
Go get your vaccination.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting mine tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So thank you to everyone on Twitch who joined in. Thanks to those who have been keeping up with our socials as well. Stay tuned on Instagram at Dodgeball_Sydney and Facebook at Dodgeball Sydney for next week's special guests. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our Twitch and YouTube channels at Dodgeball_Sydney. And stay safe, everyone.
Stay safe.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.
Do we have an outro? Can they still hear me?
Oh. I mean, yeah, we can do the outro at the end here.
Oh. Can they still hear me? They can still hear me, huh?
Yeah, they can. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked it. Yeah, that was fun. Next week, same time, 2 p.m. We'll have 2 special guests. Hope you guys can join us as usual. And yeah, take care of yourself. Have a great week, guys.